think I
Is
gave
that
them to you last week.
Yeah, but
a Mrs. Pugs?
It is.
Sure sounds like it.
Hello, Mrs. Pugs.
Wash says hi.
I love Wash.
She says she loves Wash.
Oh. That's my new sitcom. Everybody loves Wash.
Oh.
Everybody loves Wash. Here, wait.
I'd wash it.
Thank you. Why am I talking like a game show announcer during a sitcom? That's a good one.
It's now time for that part of the night where everybody remembers the soundboard exists and pages through it one sound at a time.
You got to make sure the files are still uploaded.
You're a file.
They're all uploaded. I checked.
Having a good time. Having a good time.
You guys having a good time?
Not now.
I am.
Yes.
What was that?
That little gold sound effect might actually be useful to you in the game. Especially for
Yeah,
Fox.
if you want a heart attack. Down.
The sometimes I make jokes is really good.
Yeah, one of our best sound bites. I wonder who went and made that. Oh, wait.
I wonder who said that.
I don't know.
Wow, are we? What the heck?
I hate the door knocking one so much.
Wash is looking for him.
He took
That's
his
not real,
headphones
Wash.
off. There's no way to save him.
Wash.
You got him. You got him.
Wash, it's not real. Put your headphones back on.
Is he just committed to the bit?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Just checking. Can people hear me?
Oh no!
It sounds like maybe they can't. I'll work on
Seems
that.
like a no.
Oh my goodness!
That's my favorite.
He took
Can
his
we do that
headphones
again?
off at the wrong
Like,
moment before we
during
could
the
tell
intro?
him.
That's so good.
Can you hear Julia now?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
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 We need to do
Wash.
that.
Looking somewhere else now.
No. Okay, but you guys need to do that again, but during the intro. Like during the first 15 minutes. Like
is
it's 15 minutes
100%.
of Wash trying to look around his house.
This is the Patreon content that people have always wanted.
What? Wash, it was
what
fake.
was that?
It was fake. It was a soundboard.
No, that must have been a coincidental because somebody was knocking on my window.
Really?
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think
Yeah, I
you're
think my son was
gaslamping me
like-
right now.
No, like my son pulled up. He's like a goofy goof.
I was about to say, I
Okay.
guess knocking on a window is very distinctive from knocking on a door.
See, that's
Okay.
the.
Nope, that may have been it. Holy crap. That's so sneaky convincing. It's like proximal. What the heck?
Yeah, it's like spatial audio. Yeah.
Okay. Well, see you later, guys. I hate that.
I was gonna say
Wow, his
that
last
was
straw
definitely.
is very different than what I would have anticipated.
Walk all the way around my house.
We were yelling trying to get you to hear us through your headphones.
We were
That's
yelling.
so funny.
Oh
Your,
my
your
goodness.
southern
Wash, it was
hospitality was
fake.
too strong. You were like headphones off right away.
I'm sorry,
Well, I mean,
Wash.
it's dark outside, and we got people who live around here that are kind of crazy.
Do they frequently knock on your windows?
No, but that's a reason for, like, I mean, that's cause for alarm.
Yeah, somebody's knocking. I mean, be
Somebody
fair, right?
literally, like, knocks on my window. I'm not
That's
gonna
like
be
asking,
oh,
like, nobody
first
really
time's a fluke.
backs. Nobody
Second
knocks
time's a
on this door,
coincidence.
right? Like, nobody knocks on this door usually. So if somebody does, I'm going to get up and figure out what the fuck's happening at my back door. You know?
Hey, real quick, do
anyways.
any sound effect again.
Okay.
Just not that one.
Not that one. Ooh.
Do one more. Okay, I was just checking that I had the Discord audio in at least one channel of my OBS so that I can
That's
turn
like
that into a
if
short
somebody
when Wash is off trying
Drop
to
the pot
answer
on
the
top
door.
of Zoth's head.
Wash's
That's
neighbor.
what Wash thought was happening.
Yeah.
Wash is so done with you. He looks.
I'm sorry, Wash.
Nope, unforgivable.
My favorite combo is that one plus the let me in. Just
You're not making a very convincing I'm sorry when you chase it with this is my favorite combo that I do frequently to people intentionally.
you're right. It's a very bad apology.
Doesn't follow it up with a better apology. Just acknowledges you're right. That was a pretty bad apology. As apologies go, this is some of my weakest work, let me tell you.
You caught me.
Oh.
Wow, are we like so like preemptively ready?
Yeah.
We're just like waiting for the minutes to count down?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
Oh.
I'm waiting for the minutes.
We're going on to Twitch now.
I guess I can bring up a story.
Oh,
Oh, hey, remember that time when like somebody played a knocking sound in my speakers? And I just like internally demoted that person in my head like a lot.
Yeah.
Just like
I remember that.
like a lot.
I think I was there.
Damn,
Yeah.
I wonder who that was. Really, really terrible to be them. I hope they gave
Yeah.
a good apology.
It was a personal version of like a company PR letter. There were like some things were said, you know.
It's like
There were mistakes made on both sides, given these trying times, and we hope that all parties involved work together to make things better in the future.
Chat GPT apology.
Oh man!
Apollo
Did you guys hear
GPT.
that the devs that made the really bad Lord of the Rings Gollum game this year, they made
There's a
their
Gollum
apology.
game?
Oh yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like considered the worst game of the year, and they posted up an apology about how bad the game was and how unfinished it was to their Twitter, but it was later leaked by an employee that the apology was written by ChatGPT,
Got him.
which explains why in the apology they call the game Lord of the Ring Gollum instead of Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Lord of the
Nice.
Ring.
Josh, reminder that
That
some
is not called Lord
particular
of
watcher of the show paid for a hint last episode about cool.
Did you decide whether that hint was about where K is or whether it's about the prophecy?
Going for what
It's
I went
about
for
Mr.
canonically,
Prophecy.
it was tell me more about the prophecy, and if that's not an option, tell me where K is.
Got it.
Hints.
I can tell you about the prophecy.
I'm so curious.
Where is Mr. Prophecy? That's what we want to know.
Oh, he'll be on the
Inquiring minds
airship.
want to know.
If you're moving
Soon
the
to be
whole,
on the airship.
Yeah, if you're moving the whole company, he'll be on the airship. He'll be there.
He's a valued member.
I forgot what happened to him.
Do you have a
He saved our
charger
bacon.
that reaches back to here?
Do I have a what?
Phone charger.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay.
Sorry.
Has your
I'm over
battery
it.
dropped to 82% and you panic like me?
No, Julia.
I live my life way further on the edge than you do, Wash. I like go days without charging.
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if you've heard about how Julia is with her gas tank, but she's just like that with her electronics.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Jake.
And both have the potential to screw somebody else over and make them feel embarrassed.
Which Jake definitely
wanna
isn't saying
say-
from experience for
I
sure.
love you,
No.
Jake.
I do want to say that y'all mentioning charging
should,
your
though.
phone made me think like maybe I should charge my phone. I picked it up and it was exactly at 87%.
Nice.
Nice. Even though 87.
I know. Why did everyone say nice? That's not the meme.
Number. 87. Nice. That's my favorite funny number. Why?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
what Wash said though, right? Like was it
No,
or
he
was it
said
He
different?
said 82.
Oh damn.
It's kind of like
off.
7.
The disappointment
only-
on Cleo's face.
It's only 5 away.
Cleo, that's 2
Yeah.
strikes tonight. That's 2
That's a
disappointments
rounding
for
error.
Wash.
In some cases, it could be negligible.
I appreciate the attempt to make a relatable joke to something that I said previously. I'm just gonna be passive aggressive all night.
I'm so glad that's in our soundboard now.
Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna do that too, and maybe when I come back, we
You'll
will
have
pull my
learned
shit
a
Maybe
together.
Wash
lesson.
will. Maybe Wash will love you again.
Maybe. I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Hey, Wash, did you check your door? No, I'm not gonna. Hit it up, leave.
Yeah.
I'm dancing to the elevator music, but I just realized no one can see me.
I
Oh
can
yeah,
see
I
you.
can see you.
Well, I guess okay. The audience can't see me.
That's
Oh,
true, but the
well,
audience
no
might
one
not even be
important.
here yet.
True.
I like
I'll never know because I
verticulator music.
can't use the 2 cameras at once and monitor the Twitch stream. It's like one video stream too many for my computer. Meerp.
Mere. Wow, Wash, you're here 3 as well.
That's right.
Wash, I'm gonna sign you out of the Wing Badger Gaming account. You gotta get out of there.
Too much power.
I just want you to know. My landlord in the hallway said that you can't contain me. I'm the gingerbread man.
I'll put
I
that
don't
in
know
the
what
quote
Cleo's
bot.
talking about.
Yeah, put that in the quote bot.
I think Cleo's making up conversations.
You immediately deny it.
Oh, Josh, do you smell like hot dog water?
No, Wash does. That's Wash posting.
No, I think
Look
pretty
how
clearly.
gleeful
Yeah,
he
Wash
is.
is
You
trying
used
so
the,
hard to reclaim his dignity
Wing
after the
Badger
door knocking
Gaming,
incident. He's like, let me get someone else. Let me bring him down to my level.
It was bad.
All bullies
My
are
dad
born.
instincts
All
kicked
bullies
in.
are born at a low moment in their lives, and then they try and bring everyone else down to that level.
Don't worry, Wash. You are
come
not
down
the
here with me.
only ones who have been gotten by that.
Come down here with me. It's cozy in the despair and disappointment.
It's cozy in the
There's
despair.
nowhere to go but up.
That sounds like the lyrics to like a really edgy like teen rock song.
Yeah, I say that's
cozy in the
definitely in a
despair.
hardcore song for sure. Bring Me the Horizon definitely has a lyric along the lines of "It's
I like
cozy
Bring
in
Me
the
the
despair."
Horizon.
Oh yeah, that's not a knock on Bring Me the Horizon. I
No,
also
no.
really
I don't.
like
I don't
them.
know what that is.
They're like a. What are they? They're not a
They take
metalcore
the
band.
horizon and push it towards you.
Are they?
What
are
are
they? Are they somewhere between emo and metalcore? What is their genre
I guess.
technically?
I-
Let me look.
I would have said metal.
E-metal.
I just say metal because I don't know the different classifications of metal.
Oh damn! I was in the middle of doing that.
It's like so nuanced, and there's too many classes.
They're
I almost
generally
hit the enter button
considered.
and added that quote twice.
It's
generally
really just
considered
good metal and
metalcore.
bad metal. Like that's all you need to worry about.
So your good metal is like steel, and your bad metal is like.
Like aluminum.
I guess it depends on your purpose. Yeah,
Hey,
aluminum.
Aluminum is very useful.
So is aluminium.
Just build me a boat with
Did
it.
you know that aluminum used to be more valuable than gold?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's like I knew Cleo had aluminum facts and set her up for it, but I did not. We're just that
Are
good.
you two conspiring?
Did you know that because of that, the idea was when they were going to make the Washington Monument in D.C., the idea was to put aluminum as the like cap to show the wealth of the United States.
I did
But
not
We
know
almost
that.
had
you
we
making
almost
it up?
had a tinfoil cap.
That would have
Let's
been
go.
really funny.
Witness Me, John McClane is a great throwback on the quote bot.
What was the context to that?
And
That was a Christmas one shot, right?
Yeah, the Christmas one shot. That would have been Mouth Noises, the
When we
Jelly
did,
Boy.
Yeah, when we did the like Die Hard knockoff.
Mouth noises.
It wasn't like a 1-to-1 Die Hard knockoff, but one of you was, I think. Didn't someone play like a John McClane knockoff?
I played John McClane.
That's right.
Or no, it was John McClane.
John McClane. That's it. That's the one.
It sounds like
Totally
you're having a
different.
stroke.
Have a cake
There,
pop.
it was hyphenated.
I like to incorporate a stroke into my name. That way people never know if they're having a
I
stroke
mean,
or not when they're
different
saying
strokes
it.
for different folks.
It was, I believe, let's see. It's
Isn't there, like-
JO-HN and then Mac, middle name, and then Clane, last name.
Isn't there a Monty Python skit about like weird names where like, yes, my name is, and he picks up a lighter and drops it on the counter?
It's a pen.
Oh, is it a pen?
I don't know
That
if it's
wasn't-
Monty
that-
Python.
Yeah, that wasn't Monty Python. That was the dude from House.
Hey, just because
Well,
last
that's my
week's got
favorite
me
sketch
feeling
group is the
a little
dude
bit
from House.
paranoid. Can one of you check
favorite
that the
sketch
stream is working right?
I've been watching it.
And then we can kick
Looks
on.
like it is.
Okay, well,
Sounds
just
like
volume.
it is.
as long as it's not dropping frames.
But is
now you can
it,
see our-
though?
now you can
Or
see our
is-
faces. So
Is the
you
devil
would know.
deceiving us? And
Clara
it's all a
supposed to
supposed to
lie.
be in the shot.
Is the devil down in Georgia? Is what?
Clara supposed to be in the
I
shot.
can check.
I mean,
Check-
not this one,
check-
but
I
here's
heard
one
there
with
was
Clara.
knocking at Wash's house. So
That's
it might
right.
be
Yeah, I
worth
heard there was
checking
knocking on
for the
Wash's
devil.
door,
He was
There's
looking for a soul
one.
to steal.
and then there's everybody with
The
Clara.
stream is working from
Should-
what I see.
Should I
Was it
tell
not
the
working last
strangers
week?
at your house to knock again?
Only if he's in a bind and he's way behind and willing to make a deal.
Oh, okay.
The devil, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The devil is in the details.
How did he get in there?
Details are in Georgia.
I did see somebody this weekend with a "Get behind me, Satan," or "No, it was not today, Satan" on their T-shirt. I was like, I do
have one of those.
Love that. Yes.
Wait a minute.
It wasn't
Does
Wash.
the
I
word-
wish it was Wash.
Evil
have
come
one.
from
Wear it
devil?
often.
Maybe. Or maybe
Devil
comes
actually
from evil.
means the evil.
The evil McLean.
What came first, devil or evil?
What came first, the devil or the egg?
Oh, the deviled egg.
Should we just start? Can we start?
Wait,
so
wait,
good.
wait. I'm looking up the
Deviled egg
etymology
Oh my god.
of evil.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the etymology of deviled eggs.
The etymology of evil is Jebediah Peppermint Chronicle book.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
That is a good one.
Duly
Yeah.
noted. There is another one. There's, I think, an 18th one, which was,
It has to
I
happen at the
believe it
table.
was when Yetis attack. I haven't written that one
Mm-hmm.
down yet, but
When Yetis attack.
yeah.
Yep, that
That
one
was
did
one that
happen
happened
at the table.
at the live
That
game.
literally happened at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what happened in the early 1800s, but man, did they use the word evil a lot more than we do today.
They probably thought about there was always all the witches.
Evil witches.
Yeah.
All the witches.
Witches get stitches.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what they say in prison.
That's what they say in the 1800s.
In prison in the 1800s, in fact.
I went to prison once.
Let's play D&D. Let's maybe do that.
All right, I'll save my
Okay.
prison story for another time.
Yeah, save your prison story for another time.
We
Prison Mike.
save it for the Patreon.
Gunnar,
Yeah.
you are lagging a little behind as you re-enter the city of Gaim, accompanied by several wolves and the king of Udril and a handful of other dwarven warriors from Clan Lupus. You and Bruiser you and Jeb, I should say, were picked up out in the wilderness and escorted safely into the city, bypassing the siege in a way that it was like a little sneaky way, and you kind of caved it in behind you. I don't remember if it happened canonically, but it makes more sense to me if Gunnar helped cave in that pathway, because it's Gunnar. So probably you helped with that. But the reason you're lagging behind now is because as you stepped into Gaim, it was your first time seeing it. And Gaim is quite a place. This massive cavernous city-state. And it's actually, singing songs that sound more roguish at the moment as the city kind of falls into a little bit of disrepair and depravity as it waits out this siege. You have lagged back, not very far. You're still on the same pathway. There's just the one big catwalk extending ahead of you, leading into the city itself. But you're back far enough that when Jeb catches up with Bruiser, you have not reached that group yet. And so now, lagging back to watch what looks to your roguish instincts to be a bit of a conflict, you watch as 3 or 4 individuals you don't recognize surround Jeb and Bruiser. And there's a little bit of a conversation. You can only see Bruiser's side of it. You can't see Jeb. He's facing away from you. But you can see Bruiser. He's talking. He looks a little bit out of sorts and not quite on his A game. He looks like, maybe something's unsettled him. And Jeb kind of takes a couple steps backwards. And one of the strangers who you saw surround them and get into position now steps forward and reaches forwards towards Jeb. Kind of puts a hand on his shoulder like they're gonna restrain him or lead him somewhere. And with a poof of pink smoke, Jeb vanishes. And I would like you to roll perception to see if you figure out where Jeb vanished to. And alongside that, you're not the only person rolling perception here, because so are the spooks who are down there.
Should I?
No. You would have a good idea. You'd be able to infer where he's going because you know where the boat
Okay.
is. Ooh, they
16.
Rolled, okay, and they rolled a nat 20, so they definitely know where he's going. So you see the poof, and although you haven't seen Jeb do it before, you're familiar with the spell Misty Step, and so as you look upwards, you can, because he probably went up since there's nowhere over to go. It's just a bridge. So you look upwards and you see the poof of pink smoke kind of extend outwards from a catwalk 5 tiers above you, the top level of Gaim, where the tugboat must be moored. And you look back down, and the 4 like kind of spooks or whatever who have surrounded Bruiser are now, they look pretty frustrated. And you can hear one of them yell at Bruiser, "Where'd he go?" The other 3 are like, no, he went up this way. And they're kind of pointing up, and 2 of them run off into the distance. The other 2 stay behind just long enough to go, "You'll regret this." And then they too rush off after their companions, leaving you and Bruiser alone on the catwalk.
Gunnar, we have to
Bruiser.
go.
What you got to tell me what even just happened. What you didn't look worried. Jeb looked. What happened? What happened to Jeb?
His old debts have come back.
And you're the one collecting them? I mean,
I told someone I'd collect them. I wasn't actually gonna follow through with it. We were just gonna figure out a plan.
didn't look like much figuring out was happening.
Well, I had to tell Jeb what happened, and then they were just happened to be in the street where we were, and there wasn't a lot of time.
All right, sure, man. And Gunner's gonna kind of give Bruiser a look, and then chase up to
Yep.
to try to follow.
Great. So Gunner and I'm assuming Bruiser's also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gunner and Bruiser, you rush back to the Gemstone Hall, this sort of central building of this tier and access to the reticulators to begin climbing up towards the Cugboat and tonight's adventure. And you know what that means. It means it's story time at the Winged Badger Tavern, and we will be right back.
Sinir, Gaunteus, Kotix, Owara. Long ago, the four ancients created a world in harmony. Then, everything changed when the chat emped magic. Only Kelnor, master of good vibes, could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. 2 years have passed, and 4 adventurers have discovered a conspiracy, a company selling magic. And although their roleplay is great, they have a lot of XP to earn before they're ready to save anyone. But I believe they can save the world.
Welcome back to the Winged Badger Tavern. There's 5 of us again tonight. Let's meet tonight's players for tonight's adventure.
Hello, I am Jake, and I play Gunner, who you just heard. He is a mastermind rogue who is a demolitions expert, and I also play Owlin, the artificer barbarian, who will be introduced, I'm sure, soon.
Hello, I am Cleo, and I play a rogue who's also a changeling, who's also named Fox, and I'm pretty sure you're about to see him shortly as well, watching Jeb's back from, I don't know, some sort of deal gone wrong, but I'll figure it out. It's fine.
Hello, I am Trevor. I am the official voice actor of Bruiser, the Winged Badger Inquisitive Rogue.
Hey, I'm Wash. I am president of 2 characters, and CEO, and chief treasurer of 2 characters. One Jebediah Cheddar Peppermint, the molefolk gun wizard who spits fire and fires spit, and Radford, the white dragonborn monk, who makes really nice shoes and then kicks people with them.
I am Will-o'-the-Wisp, and I play Clara Albuquerque, a wonderful baker fairy dragon.
And I'm Josh, your Winged Badger Game Master. Without further ado, let's jump back into tonight's Dungeons & Dragons adventure, zooming the whole way up to the top tier of Gaim. Still trapped somewhere in the reticulators are our friends Bruiser and Gunner, but up here, no, there's no music. Up here on the Cugboat is a little bit of a calm before the storm. Jeb and Fox, you stand near Mockery on the main deck of the Cugboat, having just kicked the final living Deadeye, the final gang member, over the side, and basically issuing a challenge or a summons, if you will. If we recall, Jeb was basically like, let's finish this. Like, send me One Shot, who is the Clark One Shot Jackson, is the leader of the Deadeyes. And so you kicked him overboard and demanded an audience or perhaps a final showdown type of thing. And now you're in that waiting, that weird pause moment. What's going on?
Well, that just happened.
Yeah, it did. And it's about to happen a bit more in a couple minutes.
Are you good, Jeb?
No, I'm not. I thought this was behind me. We paid that. I mean, remember when we got the Cypher truck? We dumped a ton of cash into this thing to be done with it. And what? They lost their lunch money. And so they're coming for double. Like, what the heck? This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
no patience for this. No time for this. I'm gonna be honest. There was a time when I was kind of worried about these guys, but they just really feel like small fries right now. And I'm very heavily inclined to put my morals in a bucket and fry them to pieces.
Small fry or not, I mean, like, I'd rather they don't end up torching our ship or retaliating in some way which damages our ship, which is probably pretty likely, considering it's one of the most valuable things we have.
As if they can get close enough.
Yeah, I
We're on a-
definitely think we should do something about that. You know, should we just like notify the security?
Honestly, they're probably tied up with other stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there was
they
almost
were-
riots the other day, and
Yeah, I mean, and even in Gaim's best day when we first got here, they were like, you guys said that they were like all tied up with stuff, and that it was like supplementing guard duties and stuff, keeping the peace.
so I guess, well, shoot.
I plan to.
Fair enough. Mockery, how are you holding up over there?
I am fine. They did not touch me. Mockery is standing over the shattered glass and the long slab of wood that you had been using as a table, but which she used as a battering ram, slamming it through the windows of the old spa and knocking down 4 of the Deadeyes before she systematically coup de grace them one at a time. She now sits very like casually on top of the slab of wood, which is on top of the 4 bodies. And she's just kind of taking her ease. She's put her short swords away, her daggers away, and she's back to smoking a cigar.
We should probably organize some sort of defense of the ship.
There are only 2 ways up. There's the rope ladder and there's the anchor chain.
I mean, they got up here another way, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know. I
they,
was
like-
inside. Fox, yes, they flew. They used ciphers of fly, so they just flew over.
Yeah, they just, if you didn't see Mockery, they just flew over.
Oh,
If they can fly,
that's inconvenient.
that leaves us in a little bit of predicament. Unless, hopefully they're on a limited supply of those.
Do you
And
have any
they were-
ideas? What would you do about it?
Shoot him down.
Honestly, rip the problem out before it becomes one. If we take this time right now to go strike them where it hurts, before the messenger before they can even think about how to retaliate. I mean, Jeb, did anybody know you were coming up here?
Not that I'm aware. I mean, when I magic tunneled up here,
You magic tunneled up here?
yeah,
Why?
because I was like 500 feet down.
Couldn't you just take the verticulator?
Oh, yeah, no. Clark, their head honcho dude, straight up confronted me, and something was going on with him, and Bruiser was talking to me about like needing to pay off a debt and something about a hand or a finger, I forget what. And then all of a sudden I was surrounded. It was like me talking with Bruiser, and then they came out of the shadows and they were like, "You're not going anywhere." And I was like, "Forget your face forever." And I just kind of poofed. And then when we
Alright.
came up here, these guys showed up, and I wasn't having that.
So, definitely need to figure out what the hell's going on with Bruiser.
I mean, you vouched for him.
He was one of the people who helped rescue you. I didn't expect him to try to sell
Yeah, I
your
know,
body
right?
parts
I mean,
to
maybe
your
it's like
worst
some
enemy.
mind control or something. I don't know. But yeah, that we need to have a conversation about that. He's never seemed like a turncoat, so something's got to be going on.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. On top of that, I mean, if you magic tunneled away from them,
Unless they're flying right now, it's going to take them some time to get up here.
still like that. Unless
We got
he
their money,
comes
too.
himself, then it kind of makes it a little harder to go find him and take care of things and defend the ship. So I guess we're kind of forced to see who comes up, I guess. I'm gonna peek over the edge, DM,
Yeah.
and see if there's any wow, my brain just farted. Male people running
Couriers?
about.
Like messengers?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Men.
You actually there seems to be a bit of a cleared space has like sort of materialized around the Cugboat. People seem to have like even people who are refugees that are literally camped out on the bridge there have moved their like kind of slid their tents and stuff as far away from the Cugboat as they can, increasing congestion elsewhere. There is a little bit of like a streak of blood from where the person you kicked over the side landed, and then you can see the splotch as as they ran off to go and find medical help or deliver your message or whatever it is they did next. You can see the trail of which way they went. As you're looking down, you also see towards the Gemstone Hall, you see the main doors of that pushed open, and Gunner and Bruiser walking out, looking not entirely on the same page as each other. Gunner looks a little bit skeptical, but the two of them walking out and or maybe running, coming towards the Cugboat. And on the other side, along the basically further down away from the center of this tier towards like Malarkey Circle, where your old HQ used to be, and towards the walls where the residential districts are, over in that direction, you see a number of kind of thug looking folk pushing their way down the path towards you. You do see clipped to some of their belts different ciphers.
All right, looks like it's gonna be sooner than later. We got some people coming in from the outside over there. Funny enough, Bruiser's coming right on up alongside Gunner here, so I guess we're gonna figure out real quick what the hell's going on with that. And we need to get a message to Owlin. I think this is an all hands on deck situation. I don't want to risk damage to this ship, especially with all the things we've gone through. Where's Radford?
Just
know
as
where Radford went?
Just as you're wondering that about Radford, you see not Radford, but a different familiar face has actually climbed up the rope ladder. So they were at the back of the boat climbing up the ladder while you were looking over the side. And FP62 is now standing in the nest of the Cugboat coming towards you.
That
There you
FP?
are. Yes, I am here. We are preparing to disembark, yes? Radford told me that all employees were to report to the ship for immediate departure or something to that effect. He seemed a little bit of a hurry, but he always seems in a bit of a hurry.
You're about to be conscripted into the defense of the ship. You see that group of men over there?
Yes, lots of people with tents.
Or them. I'm not sure. I can't discern their gender identity, but they're coming, and I'm pretty sure they're going to try to do everything in their power to either kill us or this ship.
The muscular ones pushing rudely through the people.
Yes, those ones, yes.
Okay, I will start killing them.
Gunner,
Whoa!
Unholsters his rifle and
Wait.
pulls out the little bipod and sets it on the railing of the ship and just starts aiming it down at them.
No, okay, FP, hold fire.
Holding fire.
There's a cadence to this. I'm gonna go meet them out there, and I'm gonna try to settle this diplomatically. I'm gonna look around at everybody.
I don't think that is a good idea. There is a lot of them.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm
If
hoping
I thin
that
them out now, it should be easier for you to negotiate, yes?
I want to buy time for the people in between to clear out.
But if you leave the ship, you will not be on the ship when the ship leaves.
Well, we're still waiting on other people, right? Where's Yeah?
You give me a birthday cake symbol, and I will shoot.
Okay. This is the
They are
birth
getting
cake symbol.
closer.
This is the birth cake symbol, okay?
Affirmative. They are getting closer.
we're going to cut
I'm
really
gonna
quickly
crawl
to
down.
Bruiser and Gunner. I would like the two of you to explain to me which skill of yours you want to lean into to try and push through the crowds and get to the Cugboat, and then make a roll. This is to determine when in the scene you will arrive and be able to participate.
Can I just fly to the deck?
Yes, you can. So then that would just be your normal fly speed opposed basically by, well, I guess that's not even really opposed by anything. So yeah, you can fly. So we'll just go your normal speed.
Okay.
Gunnar is going to rely on intimidation.
Okay.
Not trying to scare the bejesus out of anybody, but just looking strong and imposing.
Yeah.
And like, just don't, like, with the facial expression of don't get in my way.
Sure. Go ahead and roll that intimidation for me. You can roll it at advantage. You're a hematician. Most of the people here have not seen hematicians as they burrowed before Gaim was founded.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so Gunnar begins kind of intimidating his way through the crowd. Bruiser takes off ahead and basically just, I'm assuming you're going to dash, so you're kind of zooming over there.
Yep.
I'll let you know as the two of you arrive to the scene and begin participating. Fox, what are you up to?
I'm crawling down there, and I'm going to go meet the group head on.
Okay. You make it down to the ground level, and Bruiser, are you flying to the ship or to like beneath the ship?
Do I see Fox going down?
You do.
Okay, I would fly to Fox first.
Okay. You arrive as Fox touches down. So Fox, you've come down either the rope ladder or the anchor, your call, but you land on the balcony or the bridge there, and Bruiser flies up from behind you and kind of comes to a stop and is now with you.
Coming down the rope ladder. Just the
caught
winged
you before
badger
they
I
got
need.
here. I caught you before they got here.
You wanna explain to me what the hell's going on?
Yeah, so you told me to acquire money without harming
Walk
the
and
citizen.
talk.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, without harming the population of the city. So
Okay.
I went to an old contact who apparently had a debt needed from Jeb, and so it was an interest-free one-time payment. He initially wanted Jeb's life. I negotiated to a hand for half the amount he promised.
And you still made that deal.
Well, I wasn't gonna, with no intention of honoring it too legitimately. I figured we could have like created a fake hand or something.
You gotta somehow communicate this before
There was no time.
before shit goes down.
I was trying to explain to Jeb, and then the guys just showed up. They weren't with me. They just happened to be there at the time when we were discussing it.
All right. We'll figure this out later. In the meantime, I guess you're coming with me.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and try to make a ruckus up here to clear people out before the real fight begins.
Okay.
And on my way, I'm gonna shapeshift into slightly taller, more like 6 foot, a little beefier, just trying to be a little bit more intimidating looking as I approach this group of thugs.
Sure. Now that you are getting closer to them and you can see the group more up close and personal, you can see that they are primarily humans. There's one tiefling with them and a number of humans, and they are kind of weaving and pushing their way through the crowd, but they are doing so in a way that you have to kind of begrudgingly respect, in that the group is forming, breaking apart, and coalescing again in such a way where you can't guarantee that you've spotted everybody who's with them. They're kind of weaving through the tents and stuff like that. At its biggest, you think maybe you saw 5 individuals, but when you confront them, you're facing 3. So it's you and Bruiser with 3 individuals in front of you.
Before I get too close, right? As they're approaching, I would like to call out loudly, "Hail there! It seems we might have a disagreement on some sort of arrangement, and I would hate for this to come to blows."
The leader of the group kind of puffs himself up a little bit and looks towards you, and he goes, "An outstanding fine businessman such as yourself should be easy enough to deal with. I don't think there's any need for fisticuffs in our business arrangements. We've a simple transaction to complete. Perhaps we could move somewhere more private so that we do not disturb these fine individuals here." And he points around at the tents as though, the people there are like upstanding citizens and not refugees and rabble.
Right. Unfortunately, due to some circumstances, I believe this is where we're going to have to discuss.
What circumstances might those be?
The circumstances of your men being on my ship without my permission, causing a ruckus, and Unfortunately, sending a message.
That's a very interesting take on the situation, since we sent several of our people to complete a transaction invited aboard by a representative of your ship who is standing with you, so you've no excuse to not know about the business arrangements that were made.
Now, that is why I wish to talk with you, seeing how I've now been caught up with this said representative.
It was my understanding, and the understanding of my business, that you empowered your representative to negotiate on your behalf. A deal was struck, hands were shaken, and the deal was carried out. Only I hear from one of my companions, whom you treated most disrespectfully, that instead of completing the transaction as arranged, you murdered 4 of our people. And around them, you can see the crowd like, audible gasps. You hear a whisper, this is just like they said on the televibe.
Negotiating for a life of one of my friends for debt we have already paid back, may I remind you. And petty squabbles seems to be the only reason you wished harm upon a friend of mine I consider family.
Gunnar, at this point, you've arrived.
I must see it as
Gunnar,
a dishonor and
go for the ship,
disrespect
actually.
Okay.
towards my own kin that you would even insinuate trading gold for the life or peace of one of my kin.
You speak of family and throw mine from the bow of your ship?
What would you suggest
Donaldson
should some
will be in the
strangers come
infirmary
up
for
here?
weeks, taking up resources that should have gone to these fine folk here in the event of some sort of disaster. And you can see the crowd again is starting to be swayed a little bit. They're like, wow, like these guys are taking resources. Like, you know, you kind of reading the room and it's not looking good.
We just arrived.
Yes, you arrived on your ship, bringing not resources, but leeches.
We brought and unloaded some food, mind you, about our own resources. And we have to set out again, mind you, to help alleviate this siege.
How? How will you be alleviating the siege?
Oh, well, see, that's a problem. For you, you're really not high enough up on the totem pole to really know what's going on in the in and outs. That's something for the queen to know, and perhaps some of the higher-ups, but a thug like yourself, it's on a need-to-know basis.
Some of the crowd are like, they're on first name basis with the queen. Like, what if they're involved in it? Maybe it's not true. And you can see some of the crowd, your posturing is starting to work, and some of them now the crowd doesn't know what to think. They're undecided.
Okay.
Don't speak to me of totem poles. I'm a resident here. These are my people. Well, I'm not like I own them, of course, but like we are all one here in the refugee. You come
and yet,
barking in here on your luxury ship like some kind of rich folk. You claim the meager food supplies you unloaded are for us. We all know from the size of your ship that you've kept resources on board for yourselves. And of course, you won't let anyone on to verify, will you?
I would like to remind you the situation we're in. If you look at what we've done, the paint is not redone. This is unfinished. We commandeered scrap metal and wood and turned it into an escape plan for a bunch of representatives of a temple that we evacuated from an army very much like this one. Now, sadly, of course, this ship... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, you're making a very compelling point as you gesture to the ship that's obviously been like stuck back together in the middle by a single ring of metal and a bunch of rivets.
If you consider this luxurious, I mean, I have to be understanding. Of course, you probably have never been down to the lower tiers. But I assure you, this is no luxury boat.
Make a charisma check.
I first roll nat 20. I don't even need to do the advantage.
Oh, nat 20?
Nat 20.
Roll a d8.
D8.
Yep.
Where my D8 at? There it is.
And I guess
I
roll
rolled a
2 because
5.
it's a crit. So roll another one.
7.
Okay, so the thug you're talking to takes 12 psychic damage. never
And
been
don't
to
talk
the-
to me about protecting these folk. When you come at here, you may show only 3 people, but I assure you the crowd behind you knows of the many folk that you just stormed in here with. While I approach with just me and my poorly informed representative.
You accuse us of deception? You would stand there, you with your flinging people over the side of your ship, and you would accuse us of malfeasance. All we did was bring money onto your ship as arranged in the business deal. And you killed us for it. And you expect us not to come here and seek recompense?
Let's not go over details of what I've already gone over. Like I said, I am not going to trade money for the blood of my kin, and which I think anyone here could understand.
We didn't need the blood of your kin. We just needed his hand. You didn't have to leave blood in it.
Sorry, a piece of him. I think that is disgusting and not the business that a fine city like this should be dealing with.
Seeing that he's losing the crowd, you can see that you're starting to push the conversation to a head, and he kind of looks at his friends and he goes, I think we've reached the point where talking's no longer productive. Friends, he says to some of the gathered citizens, I think it might be best if you stepped out the way. And he takes a step towards you as some of the crowd scurries. Wash has a hand up. Yes?
A glint of light for just a moment flickers across the scope of FP's rifle.
There's, a little shine ding out in the distance as the moment builds to a head.
I would hold yourself, for while I may have only brought me and my representative forward, I knew of your intentions may have been deceptful, and you may find yourself in a precarious situation should you move a step further.
You would threaten me? Out here where anybody could have been harmed? Have you no honor at all?
Oh, I'm only doing that now that you are attempting to clear the area under pretext that words, as you said, may no longer be necessary.
Well, as you've stated, not all of us are standing here before you. FP, make a perception check.
That is... He's got really good perception. Oh man, I only rolled a 10, so that's a 21.
You see in the residential, like the stack of residential homes off along the walls behind this conflict on the tier, on 2 or 3 balconies, you see several familiar looking glints.
Bruiser, I'm whispered down. Yeah. When shit hits the fan, you're gonna want to get to the ship as quickly as possible.
I was gonna help you.
I appreciate that, but honestly, I'm in the open and so are you, and the ship is the most defensible location we have right now. Actually, no. Bruiser, you can fly. If you can get word down to the guards below that not turf war, that's gonna sound terrible.
If you need help on the wording, we can help you workshop it. The man is standing right in front of you that you've been conflicting with says.
Oh, would you help me workshop it? What would
Certainly.
You
if
call
you
it?
want to alert the guards that there's a bit of a fight up here, why don't you tell them that a backstabbing, deal-breaking band of rogues is starting a conflict with law-abiding refugees who are merely trying to stand up for their oppressed brothers?
Oh my goodness, that's a terrible way to describe yourselves.
How about an underground gambling ring?
No, what he said. These group of rogues are coming to accost us refugees who just arrived. I mean, he
You
put the
look to
words.
turn the tables on me? And he raises a fist.
Bruiser, go tell him. And I get into the
And he
defensive
pulls
stance.
a short sword out from his it's not even like a real scabbard. It's like one of those cloth wraps that's in his waistband or whatever. And he just pulls out a short sword, the cloth sliced because he drew it too fast, falls to the ground, useless for the future. And he leaps forward to attack you. Everybody roll initiative. Everybody who's involved in this here fight. Trevor, I'm appointing you initiative tracker. You're in charge of the turn order.
Yep.
So does that mean Wash has to roll twice?
Yes.
I rolled 2 18s.
Ooh.
Wait.
Gunnar also
Wash,
got an 18.
Do you have 3 characters potentially in this area?
Yes, he does.
Radford, is somewhere.
Do I need to roll for Radford? Roll for Radford.
No, you don't
What
need to
did
roll
Jeb
for
get?
Radford. He's not here.
Jeb got a 22.
What did Fox get?
I got a 22 as well.
And then FP.
I got a 22.
And the bad guys, Josh.
There are 4 of them who are in initiative order right now. They rolled a 16. You can just call them like Thug 1, Thug 2, whatever. A 16
Okay.
and an 18 for those two.
16, 18,
A 3 and a 2.
3, 2.
And
One
then,
of them's name is Thugbug.
And and whenever we reach initiative order 20, remind me to paint a word picture for everybody of what the scene looks like.
So like we go through 20 rounds or
No.
20
Initiative
turns?
count 20. So like everybody
Oh.
goes, and then when you're at the top of the round order, or if people are above 20, they can go first. Basically, when
Okay.
everybody's gone, like before,
Got it.
each round, I want to do a little picture of what the scene looks like.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Is Gunnar in initiative order as well?
Oh yeah, he's on the boat.
18?
Put Gunner in
I
there.
have Gunner.
Okay, cool.
And actually, there's one more
Should I
person.
put
we
Alan in?
No.
No.
Alan's not here. Although Bruiser might
Alan's
take
on
him
the
the message.
first tier.
And Mockery got an 11 plus some mods. I don't have it right in front of me, so we're going to call it a 15. I know she has a
15.
really high dex. So
Okay. I got it all.
okay,
So Jeb, Fox, and FP all tied.
are they all at the top?
They're all 22. All 3 of them.
Let's do Jeb and then Fox and then FP to give Wash a break between his characters' turns.
Yep. Sounds good.
How far out are those glints of light?
On the walls,
Yes.
really far away. Probably
How far is
600,
really far
700 feet. Let's call it 700 feet. Because I realized you're probably calculating spell math. So let's make it a
I
number,
am.
700 feet. And the
Okay.
fight on the walkways is 150 feet from the airship.
Ooh. 150 feet from the airship.
And we can. I'm trying to figure. Fox wanted to head them off, so I was trying to give you a generous amount of space. Fox, you tell me, where would you have brought the conflict to a head?
I'm probably about 100 feet from the ship.
Sure, 150 feet. So the walkway itself where you're standing is literally just a straight line with a couple tents that maybe come up to waist height. And then other than that, it's open bridge, basically. And then
Right.
the airship is the airship.
Just to confirm, you did say 150 feet.
You said 100, so we went with that.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 150 right after that. Sorry. Just double checking. All right.
Nope, you good. And how many are there in front of Fox, and how far are they
4.
from Fox?
There are 4 in front of Fox, and they're immediate distance. They're in fighting distance.
Okay.
Probably not close enough for opportunity attacks. So like 10 feet, 15 feet, because Fox isn't dumb, so I don't think he would.
Except for the one person who's evidently in my face.
Oh well, yeah, okay.
One of them takes 8 damage, not the one in Fox's face.
Okay.
As Jeb lets off a volley of magic missiles, and they and home in on him.
Trevor, that's Thug 2 who took 8 points of damage. If you want to just
Am I
track the
doing
cumulative
damage
damage. Yeah, cumulative damage to each person.
How much to Thug 2?
8.
8.
Okay.
Anything else from Jeb this turn?
He is going to duck down and reload. Like he's taking like he's got his back to the
The little rail.
to the rail, so he should get some cover.
Great. Yeah, the Cugboat, to reiterate, the Cugboat has a rail that comes up to waist height, which is plenty high for Jeb. And rather than having little stands like a fence would have, it's more like crenellations on a castle, where it has big wide chunks so that it can hold up to the wind speeds. So there's plenty of space in the supports for Jeb to like take cover, or even someone like Alan or Gunnar could take cover there reasonably.
Gotcha.
So that's the situation there. Okay. Trevor?
All right.
Fox is next.
I'm gonna go ahead. So there's the guy in front of me, right?
Yep.
And nobody else is within 5 feet of me ish.
No, just this guy in front of you.
I'm gonna go ahead, square up, right? Go for a left hook as a feint, and then pull out the leg blade and try to sweep at him.
Okay, to check with
And-
you, a feint is an actual action you can take in D&D, and it is
Oh,
a deception check. No, that's fine. You can do a feint and an attack this turn. You just can't also
okay.
move, basically. Like, it would be like a multi-attack
Sure.
because they're two full
Then, yeah.
actions. Okay, so
I'll do a
deception
feint.
check for your feint, and we'll see if he goes for it. Oh, I have a on-screen dice. I don't need to roll for them there.
All right. 13 plus 13. 26.
Yeah, they go for it with their 9 on the die. So that gives you advantage on your attack.
All right. And for the attack. All right. 17 plus 8. Does that hit?
Yes. This is Thug 1.
Okay.
All right. And just making sure I'm doing the damage right. Okay, that's 13, and then sneak attack.
Rogues, man.
$16 plus 15, 31.
31 points of damage. Dang. You take that kick, you hit him square. Well, you describe the hit to me. It's not a killing blow, but it draws blood.
Yep, I go for the feint, and just as I'm about to land it, I actually duck down, sweep, and just cut across his legs and stomach, down from like the lower stomach through the torso down towards, his left thigh or something.
You
and
leave
just like
behind this huge
deep
crimson gash as you sweep across, and a little bit of blood kind of spatters everywhere, and he like doubles over like, ugh, and it really like takes the wind out of him, and you think he might even be stunned for another round. Okay, Trevor, what's up?
Next is FP.
And who's on deck?
The last thing I do is put
Gunner's
up the
on deck.
symbol.
Okay, yep, and you threw up the symbol for FP.
Yeah.
And as he does that, there's a cow that fires and echoes through the area. As since Fox is in range, or like harrying this guy, FP gets his sneak attack. That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And he takes a lot. 12. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points of piercing damage.
Wow, rip the guy in front. Am I right? What's that total damage for him,
Which
Trevor?
thug is that?
Thug 1, the one fighting Fox.
How much? Wash?
Oh, 26, I think. Is that what I said? Or is it 22?
I think you said
5,
26.
10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, 20 even.
20 even. So 51 damage
51.
total.
Okay,
51.
yeah. So Fox slices him, ducks, and puts up the symbol, and then he dies in front of Fox. Cow! And the shot hits him.
Think missed.
And he does. His whole body doesn't explode or anything like that, but he falls backwards and he's dead. That brings it to Gunner's turn, I think you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless FP has
With
any other
Thug.
actions to take.
You see FP, he goes, chink, and the round kind of like shing, 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 like clips out. He locks and loads another one and trains it back on the next person.
When that happens, Gunnar has only just like at that moment reached the top of the ship from the rope ladder.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's fighting time already." And he's just like, and he just like has like a double take a second where he's just like, he was hoping that there'd be some time to talk to whoever was on the ship and get a better understanding of what the heck was going on in the situation, because he's so lost. But now he's in this part where he's like halfway, like his head's peeking over the rope ladder, and he's just like, well...
His head speaking over the rope ladder. On the other side of the rope ladder, crouching in the nest in the higher ground area, is Mockery. She looks over at him and goes, "Nice to see you."
Boy. And then he just starts climbing back down the rope ladder because he has nothing that he can do at that range. So he's just climbing back down the rope ladder to go engage in the fight.
Like fireman climb down.
As Gunnar is climbing down the rope ladder, Gunnar, you notice from the direction of the gemstone hall that you and Gunnar just came from, that you and Bruiser just came from, you see 3 more Deadeyes coming towards you. And then just behind them is like a 4th one who is maybe lagged behind them. These are the one you recognize these as the ones who were confronting Bruiser.
All right, and then Gunnar's gonna like yell to the rest of the group, "We got more coming this way," and get ready to engage with them.
Bruiser and Fox roll perception with
DC
DC of 20. Because you're in combat right now, like up close, it's probably hard, and you're like 100 feet away. So I just want to make sure that you hear him.
I got a 16.
You do not hear.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what Gunnar is also going to try to do? Do they see him yet? Do they clearly see him?
You can't really tell.
Okay. He's gotten a glimpse of these guys so far. He has a cipher of disguised self left over from the heists. He's going to try to like get behind some sort of like thing just to obscure their vision a little bit and see if he can cast disguise self to look like one of the gang members and then see if he can fall in behind them.
That's dope. I love that. Roll stealth with advantage. This will be the DC for them to or deception, your choice. Stealth or deception with advantage. Okay. And don't tell me.
Thank you, advantage.
Don't tell me the number. I'll tell you what they roll if they start to disbelieve. Okay, so that's all for your turn, though?
Yeah, he's going to disguise self, and then when he gets the chance, try to fall in behind them and, like, pretend he's one of them.
They're not quite up at the airship yet, so you have the next turn this will happen.
All right.
Thug 2 is up.
Thug 2 is up. Thug 2 is looking at the body of his friend that's just fallen. He looks angry, not scared, and he's going to just rush forwards and try to attack Fox. He's going to try and grapple Fox. Let's roll athletics/acrobatics on his behalf, and Fox can roll the same.
Yep.
The DC to beat is 14.
I got an 11.
Okay, so he successfully grapples Fox, and he's going to try and pin you to the ground. So that's going to be just opposed strength for the two of you. Like, he's got you grappled, now he's trying to just take you down.
Okay. Ooh.
He rolled,
I rolled a 4.
Okay, he definitely does it. So he, boom, slams Fox down to the ground. Maybe he even, he started moving probably as Fox was finishing his strike and calling in FP's help, and so that's why he got the jump on you. He slams you to the ground for a D8 of damage, which I shall roll for you.
Oh. Fair enough.
Slams you to the ground for 8 points of damage as you, boom, slammed into the ground. And he's now got you kind of pinned or tackled down there. And he's trying to hold you in place.
That brings Mockery is next because Thug 1 is dead.
Okay. So Mockery saw Gunnar go back down on the other side. She's staying on the ship and basically keeping herself for close range defense in case the ship gets aborted or something like that. So she's actually going to just keep delaying her action unless something comes up that needs her.
Okay. Then it is my turn, and then Thug 3 and 4 go last.
Great. So Bruiser's up.
Can I try and knock him off of Fox?
Yes, you can. That would just be... so you can try and pull him off of Fox, which would be a grapple. Like you're trying to grapple with him and get in there and pull him off Fox. Or you can try and hit him, and it'll give Fox a chance to escape.
Yeah, I want to try and stab him and see if I can
do
enough to disrupt his action.
Sure. Go ahead and roll to hit. You have advantage because he's engaged in a fight with someone else and he's prone.
Yep. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Attacker wins in a tie. You successfully stab him.
Okay. So that's gonna be 7 damage from the rapier, and then I get sneak attack, which is how much? 66.
6d6. Or 66, the number.
Yeah. It's gonna be d6s.
Okay.
31. So 7 plus 31 for 38.
Okay.
To which thug is this?
That's
2?
Thug 2 who's pinned him, yeah.
Okay.
And that brings his total damage to 46, is that right?
49.
49, great.
Man, it must be unfortunate in life to be named by your parents Thug 1 and Thug 2.
I know, right? And then you said Thug 3 and 4 are next?
Yes.
Okay, so Thug 3 and 4 see you joining in the attack.
Do I get a chance to try to wiggle out?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, go ahead and roll your athletics or acrobatics.
Already did, got a 14.
Okay, he's
Again?
rolling.
Oh, I got 11 last time, I think. But yeah, I got 14.
He got a 11. So he
Whoa,
swapped with
let's
you.
go.
That's insane. You successfully wriggle free. You're still prone, but basically you've like shoved him to the side or something. So he's next to you now.
Okay.
Thug 3 and 4 are going to run in and take their turn. Each of them has drawn a club to attack with. Thug 3 is going to run up and attack Bruiser. And I keep rolling here instead of rolling on screen. And because Bruiser is engaged in a fight with the prone guy, he's going to roll it with advantage.
Yep.
That looks like maybe an 18.
That hits.
Okay. So the first attack hits you, and then he's going to action surge and attack you again.
Okay.
That one
My man's
misses,
got
I think.
action surges.
He rolled a 14 to hit you.
That does miss.
Okay, and if that one missed you, the second one definitely misses you. So,
Okay.
So he just hits you with the one attack, which is going to deal 8 slashing damage, or 8 bludgeoning damage, I should say, as he hits
Okay.
you with his club. The other one is going to run up to Fox, who's laying on the ground, and take advantage of you being prone to attack you with advantage while you're laying on the ground. He attacks
Fair.
Fox. And he rolled a 13 plus 5 is 18. He rolled an 18 to hit
That
you.
hits.
Okay, he hits Fox, and he will also action surge and attack you 2 more times. He gets advantage on both attacks because you're prone. The first one, he rolled a 10. And the second
hit.
one, he rolled a 17.
Hits.
Okay, so you take 16 bludgeoning damage as he hits you twice with the club while you're prone on the ground. And he says,
All right.
"Don't get up." Who's next, Trevor?
Was that Thug 4 that just went? Or Thug 3?
That was Thug 4 who just went. We did 3 and then 4.
Okay, so we're back at the top.
Okay, back at the top. So the word picture of the scene. So right now, Thug 3 and 4, there's a dead guy on the ground. And then there are 2 thugs, 3 and 4, who are attacking Bruiser and Fox. Each of them is like, you've just got 1 thug each. There's a third thug who's laying on the ground, basically picking himself back up. He is not looking good. This is Thug 2. Fox has wiggled out of his grapple, and he has been stabbed in a severe way by Bruiser. There's a lot of blood. It's maybe a hit down by the kidney or something like that, and he's not looking great. He's having trouble getting back to his feet, but he does look like he'll re-enter combat this round. Meanwhile, on the airship, FP has reloaded around, and we are aware that we saw 3 glints along the walls. Off in the distance. We also know that Gunner has successfully climbed down from the airship, and he's going the other direction. So Fox, Bruiser, and their thugs are having one fight. If you go the other direction on the bridge, then you have Gunner, who's hiding behind a tent, having just disguised himself. He's about to fall in with some of the other Deadeye thugs and try and convince them he's one of the gang. That's the situation everywhere. Anybody have any questions as far as spatial situations or anything? Great.
Where's
Go ahead.
Where's Jeb?
Jeb is on the
He's
airship.
Jeb's on the ship.
Yeah, he's up with FP.
Okay, cool. That's all.
All right. Go ahead, Trevor.
Jeb is first.
Jeb's going to yell out, "Fox, no!" And he's going to reach his hand out, and out of the stones on the ground around Fox, a huge hand is going to pop up made out of the stone. But instead of like it normally does, where it's like connected to the ground, it's going to shake and rip itself free from the ground. And it's going to fly over and like slam on the ground like a hand in between Fox and the rest of the people around him and like shield him.
Perfect. Ooh. So just so we're clear, relationship wise in space, the hand, I guess you could curve it maybe. There's someone to the left of Fox, and then there's people in front of Fox. So I don't know if you can block them all or if you can only block one direction, depending on the spell. If the spell doesn't specify as a hand, I think you can curve it around him.
Let's see. This is the interposing hand. The hand interposes itself between you and a creature, or the other person and a creature. It's going to move and stay between Fox and the target, and he's going to get half cover.
Okay. So it looks like you pick one creature then maybe for it to block.
Or like one direction.
Yeah, so we'll just block the side with more thugs. There's just the guy laying down who's mostly dead. You've left him, they're open. That makes sense. Anything else for Jeb?
Is that No, that's his action. And he's just going to like keep his head poked up so he's got partial cover because he's got to like see it, and you see him like controlling it with his hand, and he's got his hand like up and around you.
I'm gonna give him a shaky thumbs up. Thank you.
Trevor?
Fox is next.
As I get the wall in between me and the man who's beating me down to stay down, I'm going to ignore that advice and proceed to get up, as that would be one of my actions. And as I get up, I'm gonna go ahead and just sweep towards the guy laying down, who's probably also trying to get up at the same time.
He is.
And since now that I have cover between me and that other person, does that other person count as within melee range of me?
You just have one enemy within melee range of you.
All right. Then in that case, nat 20 to hit.
Woo! A nat 20 hits.
My man.
Don't bother. Just describe how this guy dies.
Okay. My man's literally picking himself up the ground, and as he's about to do so, I just go ahead, sweep out, and just cut off each limb next to me, one leg, one arm.
Dang.
And then slam his head down into the ground as I stand up, using it as leverage.
Dang.
I square up, and realizing there's no one else near me, I'm going to use my bonus action to move away from the melee fight a bit.
Okay, so just
so
we're clear, there's two more thugs. They are blocked off from you by the interposing hand. One of them is still trying to like get at Bruiser. So the hand basically is big enough, we're saying, that it's blocking you and Bruiser. So there's two thugs on one side of the hand, there's a hand, and then there's you and Bruiser. So that's right. You can still back away. I just want to make sure we understood what the scene looks like.
Yeah, and so the hand is considered like a creature almost. Like it's taking up a space in between them.
Right.
I'm just going to back away enough that I feel comfortable. 30 feet.
Okay. You back away 30 feet.
20 feet. My speed's 20.
Okay. You back away 20 feet, which concludes your turn. However, there is a legendary / lair action type thing that's going to take place here.
The hand moves with him.
Okay.
Because it is interposing between him and the target.
Yep.
All right.
I'm rolling.
How wide is this
catwalk
bridge?
20 feet.
Bridge.
20 feet, you said?
20 feet wide.
Okay.
Okay, Fox, 19, does it hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
You have a +2 to your armor class.
Oh.
Because of the hand.
Still get hit.
Okay. You take... You take 13 points of piercing damage as an ice knife slams into you. One of the glints on the balconies in the distance shines again as someone takes a shot at Fox. FP is able to pick up on where that person is if he wants to fire back, but of course they're absurdly far away. Yeah, so that's the situation there, and that, Trevor, you can put us back in turn order.
FP is next.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Jebediah, do you have Fox? Yeah, I got him. You go do your thing. And I am going, and FP is going to use steady aim as his bonus action, since he didn't move the last turn, to give himself advantage on this turn.
Okay.
And is this guy more than 120 feet away?
Yes.
Dang, how can they reach all the way out here? All right, it's going to be beyond his range, and so that's going to be a disadvantage, but his steady aim is going to counter at that.
Great.
So it's just going to be a straight shot.
Yep.
That's a 17 plus 8 to hit.
That hits. FP just made a 700-foot shot.
So that's unfortunately not sneak attack because it was an advantage. But he is going to just punch the crap out of this guy with a big thing. 6 points of piercing damage as hopefully something to put the fear of God in them, that they just got shot from this far away.
No kidding. What a shot FP just made. The man fails his dexterity save, and so FP, you fire right into the glint, and you see a figure 700 feet away fall off a balcony.
Nice.
There are still
one down.
The glints have not resurfaced from the other two, but you know there's two others out there somewhere.
Yeah.
And that brings us down to, well, actually, Trevor, who's next?
That brings us to Gunner.
Great. And on Gunner's turn, we're also going to enter thugs 5 through 8 into initiative order. They're running towards the airship here, and as they come around the corner, they do see you, and they go, "Oh, good, you're here. Let's get up there." And they, motion towards the ladder, like for you to go first.
Let's go. And Gunner will.
Let's go. Yes.
They're motioning for Gunner to go first.
Oh, Gunner's gonna go first.
That's because he was already here waiting. So they're like, "Yeah, go ahead. Let's get up there. We'll back you up."
All right, Gunner will follow. It's better to be undercover first than to. So he'll lead the charge.
Gunner climbs back up the ladder. At the top, Mockery is looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
Well, Mockery should see that, now suddenly his clothes and general appearance have changed.
Oh, that's true. Actually, he does look different. So he comes up the ladder, and Mockery looks at him, and she spits out her cigar, and she points a blade right at your neck, and she goes, "Convince me to let you here."
How far behind?
They're like right behind you. They're all just following you up.
They're like right behind me. Gunner is going to attempt to, with his back foot, try to kick whatever the next thug coming up is off the ladder.
Okay. Roll. Let's do an attack at disadvantage because that's really tough. Actually,
ouch.
Better.
A hematation foot to the face.
Yeah, roll dexterity to decide whether it's disadvantage or not. If you're dexterous enough, then you can roll this attack normally because you're a rogue. That's kind of the rogue thing.
That's an 18?
Yeah, that's enough. Okay. Gunner is able to make this happen. So go ahead and roll your attack.
This is just like an unarmed attack?
Yeah, just a melee attack.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's like a 20. That's a 23.
Great. Here's the strength save on behalf of the thug there, Thug 5. Rolled a 5. Thug 5 is going off the rope. You kick and Thug 5 flies off the rope behind you. You hear a yell. It's not unlike a Wilhelm scream. The other three thugs underneath are like, "No, Bobby!" Kind of getting a little crazy over it.
Gunner's gonna put his hands up like this to Mockery and go, "Good enough."
Oh, in his voice?
Yeah.
Mockery goes, "I think so." And she lifts up the blade and lets Gunner on the airship.
So which one got thrown off?
Thug 5. Thug 5 is gone.
Just out of combat now?
Yes.
Okay.
So now Gunner is cover blown, just like, all right, I'm going to fight them as they come up the ladder. Kind of.
Sure. Yep. And they are like racing up the ladder after you now. They know.
Yeah.
So thugs 6, 7, and 8 are going to take their turns here in initiative order. So thug 6 races up the ladder, enters an opportunity attack for Mockery. She's going to make that attack with advantage. She's standing right at the edge of the ladder there. She rolled a 2 and an 8 on the die. Unfortunately, it's not enough. He kind of like slides in while maybe Mockery's helping Gunnar get to his feet. And he sort of slides in on his belly and jumps to his feet and takes a ready position before anyone can stop him. And he's going to attack the turncoat. So here's an attack against Gunnar. It's just a normal attack. He rolls it. That's an 11 to hit. Does that hit Gunnar?
Does not hit.
Gunnar's too good. He dodges. The next person is going to climb. Mockery I guess she hasn't used her opportunity attack. No, I guess rolling the attack is all that counts. So he doesn't need to worry about that. She's used it. So he does climb up. He's going to attack. He'll probably attack Mockery. Here's that attack roll. He attacks Mockery with a 15. It's not enough to attack the monk. Mockery dodges backwards out of the way, and Thug 8 is going to try and climb up there now. He rolled 9 for his attack, which plus 3 is a 12. He attacks Gunnar, but if an 11 didn't hit, I doubt the 12 does. Yep. So Gunnar has 2 thugs attacking him. Both of them missed him this first round, probably because he's able to like back up if he needs to. And that will conclude all of their turns. Trevor?
Okay, that would bring us to Mockery.
Oh, great. Mockery is not about to have this. Mockery is going to immediately go on the offensive. She does not bother drawing her swords. She's going to just punch at him. That is a 15 to hit, which connects. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. It connected with a different stat block, the one that FP was shooting at. Okay, so she attacks, but there's a dodge. She's going to spend some ki. That one doesn't hit. And one more.
Come on, tighten it up, Mark.
Unfortunately, she is not able to hit them either. She doesn't want to like fully rush in with 3 of them there. You know, she doesn't want to leave herself open to the attack from the side. So she does make a flurry of blows attack, but she doesn't connect. She's going to kind of step back and ready up, and that's going to end her turn.
Okay, that brings us to me.
Bruiser.
Yeah, so
Bruiser's got the interposing stone hand between himself and 2 thugs.
that was Jeb's stone hand, right?
Yes.
And it is large. It is taking up 10 feet of this 20-foot bridge.
Yeah.
Bruiser's gonna pop up from above it and do like a diving attack with his piercing attack with his rapier.
Cool.
On, I guess, the closest one.
He's got thugs 3 and 4.
Whichever one's closer. So
4.
thug 3. 4? Okay,
Yep.
4. Cool. That's gonna be a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Would this count as a surprise / advantage attack?
No, they're going to be able to see you coming, and they're not engaged in a fight with anyone else.
Cool. Well, it's going to be max damage for 12.
12 points of damage to Thug 4. Is that has Thug 4 been damaged yet, or is that total damage?
Nope.
Okay. So Thug 4 takes 12 points of damage as Bruiser leaps, almost like a dolphin dive. Bruiser kind of leaps over and stabs down with the rapier and gets a pretty good hit on Thug 4.
Yep. That brings us to Thugs 3 and 4.
Uh-oh. Bruiser's on the other side of the hand, which is protecting Fox, so it's not going to follow Bruiser. Thug 3 is going to immediately attack. You are engaged with Thug 4, which makes it an attack with advantage.
Yeah.
That's an 18 on one of the die. So I think
hit.
that's going to hit you. Yep. So that one's going to hit you with a club for 10 points of damage. Big
Okay.
oof. And then he's just going to do that's going to be all of his move, but he's going to stay close enough that if you leave, it's an opportunity attack. And then Thug 4 is also going to try and hit you back. Here comes Thug 4's attack. You're now engaged with Thug 3, so that one's also advantage.
Yep.
Thug 4 got a 15 on the die. That's an 18 total to hit you.
That'll hit.
Okay. So Thug 4 also hits you, but only for only for 3 points of damage. Thug 4 is still recovering from the rapier slice that you just delivered. Is not able to quite get the leverage that he might want because that shoulder is a little bit ouched. That concludes their turn.
Okay, that brings us to the top of the round.
Okay. There is another lair/legendary type action here. There is a roll. Fox, does a 14 hit you?
You still get that +2 AC.
Okay.
Thankfully, no.
There is a sort of splintering noise, and at your feet, you see another shard of ice knife slam into the bridge. FP can roll a perception to try and spot where it came from.
25.
25. FP sees them. So you know which balcony this was that took the shot. We are at the top of initiative order. Do we need another word picture, or do you all feel good about where stuff is?
Nope, I feel good.
All right, then let's roll right into turn order.
All right.
Trevor, that's you.
Yes, Jeb starts us off.
All right. When I look at Fox, you still need my hand.
I mean, as
Like,
long as they're sniping at
are you
me, I would
bleeding?
appreciate it.
Are you
Little, yeah.
bleeding? Okay. All right. So I'm going to use a bonus action, and I'm going to use Forceful Hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to push one of these guys off.
Off the bridge?
Yep.
Okay,
Whichever one looks the healthiest.
sure. Thug 3 goes overboard. Is there any kind of save or anything like that as in an opposed
He can
trick?
make a strength save, but this thing's got like a strength of 26.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it adds my
there's probably no
spellcasting
way.
modifier.
There's probably no way. So, yep, Jeb just tosses another Deadeye over the side. Now there's just the one
kinda,
fighting bruiser.
Bam, smacks it, and then goes back to interposing in front of Fox.
was
Then he's gonna spin
3.
around,
Okay. Yeah, Thug 3, Trevor, is dead.
okay, and he's gonna spin around, and he's going to pull the blunderbuss out and crank up a firebolt. Actually, he's going to up it and crank up a scorching ray. How many are left there next to Mockery?
There are 3 thugs on the nest. Between you and them are Mockery and Gunner.
3 thugs on the nest is one of the Jebediah Peppermint Chronicles.
Is worth 1 scorching ray in the hand.
Yep. There you go. I'm gonna upcast this to level 3.
Okay.
So this is gonna be 4 rays.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you how much one of them is 18 to hit, 19 to hit, 24 to hit, and 20 to hit.
Okay. Gunner, make a dexterity save. And Mockery's going to do the same thing to avoid also taking damage. You do hit all of them.
These aren't precision
24.
hits, but that's fine.
What did Gunner get?
24.
24 is enough. Mockery rolled a 15. That's not quite enough. So Mockery's going to get singed for half damage.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Ooh, that's max damage on the first one. So he's just gonna go in order.
Okay. Yep. 5,
like
6, 7.
closest to farthest.
So 6, 7, and 8.
So that's, yep. So that's 12 damage on the first one.
Yep. Thug 6.
Yep.
And 5 damage on the next one.
Thug 7.
Yes.
9 damage on the next one.
That's 8.
8.
And then back to the first one for the last ray is another 8.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mockery takes 4 points of damage as one of them kind of singes her on the side as she kind of tries to duck out of the way but isn't quite fast enough. Trevor?
That's it?
That brings us to Fox.
20 feet ahead of you, Fox, a hand just like backsmacked someone off the bridge and then came back to being cover for you. There's one more thug fighting Bruiser up there, and then there are some glints in the wall in the distance.
I'm going to go ahead, take the time to move up, use my bonus action to get the dash, and try to get so that way I'm right next to the thug,
Okay.
but also with my back to the snipers.
Okay.
So I'm trying to just get behind him, and I'm just going to go for the kick with the blade.
Cool.
Nat 20 again.
You are killing it tonight. Well, really, you're killing thugs tonight.
We're doing something. That's 6 plus 2 plus 4 is 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 6 is 20 plus my mods. So 24?
Okay. That is enough to kill Thug 4. Do you knock him off the edge, or are you killing him on the platform?
Oh, I'm doing it with the blade. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So you kill him with a slice. I like to picture that somewhere one tier below, like Clara and Radford are still sitting there having their conversation, and every now and then out the window you just see another thug fall, like way off in the distance. Okay. Yes.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
You have.
I actually,
Go ahead.
I'll slice him, and then as I see that he's like about to fall
Weaving.
down to the ground, I kick him
Like
right off the
Spartan
bridge.
style.
Spartan style.
Which
Nice.
thug is this?
This is Thug 4.
Okay.
So thugs 1 through 4 are all dead at this point. And there are 3 thugs, 6, 7, and 8, who are on the airship still.
Yep.
And I think that's the end of Fox's turn, right? Because you moved up there.
Yep.
That brings us to FP.
20 to hit with FP. He's going to steady aim again and then boom, shoot.
Oh,
this last
the guy
guy
off
with
in the
us.
distance.
Yep.
Glint. Okay, FP hits him.
14 damage.
14 damage.
Cow.
Here's a save. So rolled the same. So that's another death as you knock another sniper off the wall. That's FP's second 700-foot shot.
Which thug is this?
It's you don't actually have stats for these ones. These are
Okay.
the like legendary action type things. They're snipers way
okay.
off in the distance.
They're gonna make a movie about FP.
I know. Wow, FP really coming into his own tonight. Trevor?
Gunner.
Gunner, does Gunner get sneak attack on any of these 3 guys up here, since there's like 2 other people also fighting them?
No, they're not engaged in the fight with anyone else, like in flanking range or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because Mockery
I
didn't hit
do.
him. So
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, then Gunner's gonna do what he does worst and pull out his short sword and fight.
I thought you were gonna be like, time to blow up the ship.
that's what I was
No.
waiting for too.
All right. Well, this is boring for Gunner, but here we go. Oh, nat 20? That's not that boring. All right.
Nat 20 hits. That'll
Redemption.
hit. This is Thug 6, Trevor.
This is what?
Thug 6.
Thug 6.
Okay. How much?
Let's see here. Oh, I did not roll very well. That's 7 damage total.
Brings us to 27 on thug 6.
Thug 6 is looking rough, but not quite bleeding yet.
And that is Gunner's turn.
Okay, so that's Thug 6, 7, and 8 next, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Thugs 6, 7, and 8 are going to take their turn. First, Thug 6 is going to try and hit back.
Wait, did Mockery go?
She's next.
Mockery's after them.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
17 on the die from Thug 6 to hit you.
That hits.
Okay. Six points of bludgeoning damage as Thug 6 hits you with a club. Thug 7 is attacking Mockery. With an 8 on the die, it's not enough. A lot of dodging between Mockery and these other thugs. Thug 7, or Thug 8, I should say, also attacking Mockery, also missing. So just a little line dance happening over there with Mockery. Two of them attacking her and duking it out. That brings us to Mockery's turn. She's going to attack back. A 17 to hit's going to be enough for the first one. So Mockery, again, just lashing out with a kick this time. Hits one of them square in the face. She's going to spend key points and attack 2 more times. And that's 1 hit and 1 natural 1. So we'll do them. The natural 1 is the last attack. So okay. Mockery lashes out twice, and she deals a total of 10 points of damage between her 2 hits. And then with her last attack, she's going to trip, and she'll need to make a save to catch herself on the railing before she overextends and actually falls like off the side of the Cugboat here.
Who'd she hit?
She hit Thug 8 both times.
Okay.
And then here's her roll for her dex save. That's a 17. That's enough. She catches herself on the railing at the like very edge, like, you know, where the ladder is attached. She catches herself on the railing and kind of barely hauls herself back onto the Cugboat, but kind of lands in a weird like half sitting, half standing position where she'll have disadvantage on the next turn.
That brings us to me.
You are inevitable.
So are all the thugs on the ship now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then I will spend my turn flying up. How high in the air is the ship?
It's high enough that it'll be several turns for you to get up there. Probably 3 turns.
Okay, then I will just spend my turn flying and use my dash to fly.
Oh, that's true. You'll make it in 2 turns because of your dash.
Okay, then that brings us to the top of the round.
Okay, that brings us to the top of the round and a word picture. We have Fox still being kind of shielded from behind by this interposing hand of Jeb's. Is, I'm assuming, going to head back towards the ship, but for now, standing unchallenged on the balcony or the walkway here. Bruiser zooming up towards the airship as fast as his little wings can take him. And then on the top of the airship, the fight has mostly stayed contained in the nest, where Mockery has been fighting with Thug 8 and kind of bouncing off the railing. There are 3 thugs up there. None of them are bloodied yet. So 3 thugs up there fighting. None of them are bloodied. One of them is engaged with Gunner. 2 of them have been going after Mockery. She just beat the crap out of one of them. And Jeb is still standing down next to FP on the main deck of the Cugboat. And that is the situation as we begin this next round of combat. With...
Let's go, Jeb.
With Jeb.
Fox,
Yeah,
you ready to come home?
I'm a-coming.
And Jeb's going to, like, the hand is just going to grab Fox and we'll just like lift him up to the ship. It can move 60 feet. So you are currently
keeping pace with
gliding
Bruiser,
in the palm of this hand. And Jeb's like, you can see Jeb on the ship. He's like got his hand out as he's like pulling you towards him.
How is Fox handling this?
Yeah, no, I just rolled for that. Jeb, we should talk about this before we do this.
I got you, pup. I got you.
Okay. Fox just stands still.
Just like locks
does
up.
not move. Yep.
Okay.
And with that, I spin around and fire a firebolt. Oh, and that's a natural 1, so I miss.
Okay.
Shooting a firebolt at the thugs behind him.
Okay. A big scorch mark is cut into the wood decking of the nest as your bolt slides across it. I'll roll to see if anything catches fire.
Hard to do 2 things at once.
That's a natural 20, so nothing catches fire. Your mistake has been undone by your luck, which makes sense for Jeb. Okay, so that concludes Jeb's turn. Trevor?
That brings us to Fox.
Okay, so Fox is standing in a hand.
Yeah, no. Fox is just gonna like take a deep breath and gonna sit down. Gonna just sit down, make a smaller profile for any would-be snipers out there.
And as Fox sits down to make that smaller profile for the snipers, they are going to take a shot at you. We'll make him roll at disadvantage because you're moving. And that 4 is not going to do it. So they take a shot at you, but because you're in motion in the hand and you're crouched down behind probably one of its like giant stone fingers or whatever, the shot misses and just kind of whizzes past you. You hear the air as it, whooshes by, and that will be a miss from them. FP can make a perception check to spot them since he's still looking out towards the balcony.
21.
21.
Woo,
he
baby.
does spot them. FP going for his hat trick of 700-foot shots here.
As he is. He's going for his hat trick.
I can't help but imagine it's like a repeating rifle, and he's just like, like
So
just
Fox,
700.
You are currently like heading directly towards FP. So like he's aiming like over your shoulder, and you see his like little cyan glowing eyes have like twisted down into like glowing needle points inside as he is like super focused on this. And that's not as good actually, but I'm gonna do a built for success, which gives him an extra 4, so that's 8 plus 8 is 16 to hit.
16 to hit. The shot whizzes over Fox's shoulder. Fox leaning around one of the fingers to see what happens. You do see in the distance on a balcony, you see a figure drop their weapon. They're windmilling their arms, trying to keep their balance, but this one does keep their balance. And they duck down behind the railing of the balcony in front of them instead of falling to their death.
Nice shot, FP. Woo.
That brings us to Gunner.
All right. Gunner. I hardly know her. Gunner is going to. Is Mockery engaged in combat with one of these guys yet?
She is now, yeah. She fought one twice, bounced off the railing, and there's probably one of them who turned to keep fighting her. So yeah, you've got one who you can sneak attack.
All right. Does he need to bonus action disengage with one that's like attacking him in order to do that, or is he all good in that regard?
I think he does need to bonus action disengage. Well, he can provoke the attack of opportunity, or he can disengage. He can take the sneak attack either way.
He'll bonus action disengage and then do the sneak attack.
Great.
All right. Oh no! And then he rolled terribly.
Gunner.
That's an 8. I assume that doesn't hit.
That does not hit. Disengages from Thug 6 and attacks Thug 7, but doesn't quite land the hit.
Oof. And he uses bonus action already, so that is his turn.
Okay.
Mockery carrying this fight on the ship, that is.
Hey. This is not Gunner's element.
That's fair.
And he kicked one off the ship earlier. So.
Sure.
That brings us to Thug 6.
Ah, yes, Thug 6, 7, and 8. Thug 6, having just been disengaged with, is now going to take the opportunity to attack Owlin, who is attacking someone else. He's going to go for the flank attack there, and attack with advantage.
Oh, does Gunner get... Oh, I forget how sneak attack even works. Well, whatever. It's over now.
That is a 19 on the die. I think that's going to hit Gunner.
That hits.
So there's one hit for... $10 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage as Gunner gets whacked in the back by a club. And that will conclude Thug 6. Thug 7 is also going to attack Gunner, since Gunner just attacked him. He's just going to kind of whirl around and attack him. By doing that, he's going to provoke an opportunity attack from Mockery, who will definitely take it. And he's engaged in a fight with someone else, so she has advantage. And she rolled an 11 plus 5 is 16 is enough. So she's going to hit him with the opportunity attack as he turns away. For... a lot of damage. She hits him for 10 points of damage again as he turns away. And then he's going to attack Gunner. Here's his roll to hit. It's just a normal roll. Oh, no, it's not, because Gunner's got people on both sides now. 15 on the die, plus 3 is 18 total. Hits. Gunner takes 4 points of damage from the club this time. Boom! Hits him in the gut. The last remaining thug, Thug 8, is going to attack Mockery, seeing that he's literally got her on the ropes. And now she's attacking the one attacking Gunner, so she's being flanked, so that's a roll with advantage. And it is enough to hit her. She takes 9 points of damage for Mockery as she gets hit with a club herself. Luckily, I think it's her turn next, right, Trevor?
Yes.
Okay. Mockery is going to... Let me have a look at Mockery here. Yeah, Mockery's gonna try and beat everybody up all at once. Mockery's gonna spend several of her remaining key points, and she's going to Flurry of Blows 3 times this round. So she will attack Thug 7. The first attack hits. Her second attack misses. Her third attack hits. Her fourth attack hits. And her fifth attack. It
Somewhere
almost
in
crit.
a lower tier, Radford sheds a tear for some unknown reason.
Her fifth attack also hits. So all together, she deals 22 points of damage to Thug 7. How much damage has Thug 7 taken total? That might have knocked him out.
5 plus you said 22?
Oh, okay. Only 5?
Yeah.
Got it.
You
So
said 22 or 27?
22.
Okay.
So she doesn't kill him then, which would have been really cool, but she doesn't. She'll spend another key point. What the hey? This is her only fight on the books for today, right? She attacks him. Oh, whoops! I gotta let the rolls finish. She attacks him 2 more times.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, she attacks him 2 more times. The first one is a hit, and the second one's a nat 20. Let's go.
Ooh, there we go.
Get him, Mock.
18 plus 5 is another 23. 23 more points of damage. That crit really came in handy. She rolled max damage.
50.
Okay. So that is enough to bloody him. So he turns around and hits Gunner in the chest, and then Gunner watches as Mockery systematically destroys his nerve endings. She hits him in all pressure points on the other side, and he just starts bleeding profusely from his ears as she smacks the side of his head or whatever, and the pressure hits, and she kind of shoves him towards Gunner you can finish him, and that will conclude Mockery's turn.
That brings us to Bruiser.
Bruiser's finishing his journey up to the airship. He's now with FP and Jeb. This fight is close enough to over, and there are so many of you there that I think it's probably a foregone conclusion if you want to describe how the fight is resolved.
Ooh. All right.
Julia just went, bad guys win.
Hear me out, guys. All right. Fill in when necessary. But I'd imagine, right, as everybody's coalescing, now that Fox is a lot closer,
I'm gonna launch you like a paper airplane. Just
launches me. Yep. That allows Jeb to fire a shot off, scorches one of them. I land on top of the same guy and just coup de grace him with just landing like a superhero landing, with the blade of my leg cutting into his chest.
But then you grab and tuck and roll and kick up with your feet, and it flings him off the other side.
There you go.
Like a Spider-Man finisher in the
That's
video
right.
game.
Bruiser
Spider-Man
comes
2.
out of nowhere, just slams into the other guy.
He does his signature move. He jumps and like does like a barrel roll with the rapier, like just
Like a
sticking
corkscrew
Ooh.
almost.
them. Yeah.
Love that.
Nice.
So that's Thug 6 and 8 done. And then there's just
And
the one
Gunner
Mockery
gives a
kick towards
thumbs
Gunner.
up.
His signature move.
You can do it.
So there's only Thug 7 remaining.
Oh, is that the one that's fighting me?
Yeah, the one that Mockery
Yeah.
just like
Oh,
beat the
okay.
crap out of and shoved towards you.
Gunner gives a thumbs up. It turns into a fist, and he just punches that guy in the face.
He's just blackout, knockout, dead. Boom! You hit him in the head so hard he falls to the ground, hits his head on the landing, and it's over.
DM.
Yes.
Can FP try for that third hit?
He can, but he's going to have to roll perception at disadvantage to attack this one because that last guy is using stealth to keep himself hidden now.
All right.
He's like, the fight's over. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Man, I got a natural 20 and a 12. So that's a 23.
Let's go.
23. He's good. He gets one shot at this. He catches sight of the guy who has left his balcony and is retreating like back into the apartment. So you get that one little flash of motion where he's like passing a window and then heading back into the building.
for this.
Yeah.
They told me I'd just be standing in the way.
And the window is going to provide him partial concealment, so he'll get a +2 to his AC as well.
Nope.
No. FP
Nope.
takes the shot, but it slams into the balcony. And, a big chunk of stone kind of explodes out from where the shot hits. But he's not able to get the last shot.
Well, this is it. I'm gonna go tell the boss I'm quitting. I'm going to my wife and kids. That was the last job I ever do.
And so concludes that fight, I guess. All of you are standing on the airship now next to each other. Mockery picks up another cigar, lights it. Well, that was exciting.
All
That
right,
went
I
a lot
still
smoother
don't
there.
even understand what just happened. Who are those guys? I just... Do I need to know?
Bruiser, you can explain.
Meanwhile, down in the clockwork tier of Gaim, in the palace, Alan Wadrir and Laredith have been trying to talk about the next steps and what comes next, and that sort of thing. Alan,
Did we decide we were just going to start trying to pack up the machine, like break it into parts and pack it up?
Sure. So then you've probably started on disassembly, and
Yeah.
I bet Randy, head of cool stuff, is down there helping you as well. And so you've got that stuff is going on basically. As a reminder for listeners or viewers or whatnot, there's a big floor length machine basically where Laredith has been putting together a prototype machine that will allow you to rejoin all 7 segments of the Rod of 7 parts without them hypothetically exploding and killing you, as they are wont to do when just combined naturally. It takes a very, very powerful mage to put them together in their own right. Laredith is hoping to make that more accessible by creating a machine to help kind of divert some of that energy or focus it. And the machine that she had come up with is super wide and long. And so it will be difficult to travel with. So the idea is that we're just hoping to basically salvage as much of it as we can, as well as her blueprints and notes, bring those aboard the airship and use them to leave. You've probably been working on this for like 2 or 3 hours at this point. You've been down here for a while. Randy's been helping you. And so you've made pretty good progress. When the door, there's a sort of coded knock on the door. Laredith nods like she, understands the code and it's the right one. And a few seconds later, the door swings open and in walks Salen, Queen of Gaim, dressed not like she was the last time you saw her. Last time you saw Salen, the dark-skinned dwarf was wearing a flowing purple robe and a circlet of platinum and, much of the jewelry that befits her station. Now she is wearing full plate. The only jewelry or embroidery that she is wearing is she has a huge diamond right at the center of her helm. And the helm is one of those sort of classic like medieval Europe helms where it's got the big visor with the slashes through it. The visor is lifted up right now so that the diamond kind of sparkles through the visor, and her keen eyes are looking out towards you. She strides in, and she does begin respectfully. She walks up to Owlin, clasps your hand, and says, "It is so good that you have returned safe and alive. I'm happy to see you well."
I am happy to see you well also. And
I apologize for the delay. There is much to do with the siege, but I came as soon as I was able to get away. My courier said that you wished for a meeting with me.
Yes, and I am thankful for your audience. I just wanted to update you on the status of Thraxenhow, his domain, and the army movements there.
Yes, what news?
Yes, well, the mountain was surrounded. We were able to evacuate refugees from the temple there, the Temple of Zetonia, and there was a battle between Thraxenhow and the armies. Thraxenhow fought valiantly, but we believe that the battle likely ended in either his defeat, as in death, or perhaps in the Aboleths taking control. We were able to leave before we saw the end result, but when we left, it was not looking favorable. Our next step is to pack up our company and everyone that is needed, all of the avatars, and take them to find Kay and immediately begin the cataclysmic ritual. And I know that while you knew that that was our plan, you may feel that it would be safer or more practical in the short term for us to stay. However, our reputation here and the general atmosphere here, while tragic, just will not be conducive for us to accomplish our goal of ending this war. And
reputation. Reputation is nothing compared to a writ of authority. I am queen. You will be respected.
The attitude of the people has not been favorable towards us while we are here. And I will be frank with you, that was simply a way for me to provide a justification outside of, I know that you might think that we should stay here, however, we know that we need to leave in order to conduct the cataclysmic ritual and stop the Aboleths in their tracks. And
you carry at your side the stuff of legend. She points down at the scepter that you've attuned to, that I'm assuming you keep it clipped to your artificer's belt. I guess we actually didn't confirm that. Yeah. So she points down
I've said
at
that before.
Okay. She points down at the scepter you've attuned to. You carry the stuff of legend. With this access to magic, this siege need not even be a siege. This could be over in a matter of weeks, maybe less. With the ability to buff our soldiers, with your team providing access to magic in such a way that our lookout senses can be heightened, that the speed of our messengers can be increased, we will create advantages that simply cannot be replicated by the other side, by a group that are reliant on wingle digits, that magic will be so finite that they have to spread it out. You can't simply leave with this advantage.
I see your perspective in this case, and I would like to agree with you. I would just like to bring up two counter arguments as to why I think it would be best for us to leave and attempt to stop the siege by stopping the Aboleths as quickly as possible. One is that in Thraxenhow's domain, we had access to this magic. We had two avatars. We had an ancient white dragon. And yet the Aboleths, not easily, but the Aboleths did overtake Thraxenhow and us. We provided the aid that we could. We provided enough support and we combated enough that we were able to escape and defend about a third of the refugees, but the other 2/3, the ones that could fight, they perished. And so we think Thraxenhow did as well.
Of this track record, you intend to leave my kingdom and my army and continue the fight on your own?
Not continuing the fight against an entire siege, but continuing the fight in finding the final avatar and operating under the cover of secrecy and speed that our airship can provide, and then performing the cataclysmic ritual, avoiding even engaging in a large-scale assault, but simply dispelling the avatars through the ultimate magic ritual.
Surely you must know that you are searching for a creature who has long perished. Adrift for 3 years with no means of providing nourishment to themselves? No airship is stocked that well.
In that case, then Kay would have been intelligent enough to provide us the resources that we need to carry on without him, as did Do.
Resources for a ritual Kay would not have known was necessary at the time.
Do
Who is supposed to have communicated it to him?
Do had instincts that this would happen.
Let us be blunt. Kay was probably high.
I believe, and now I am not a follower of Kelnor or Kay, however, I have had many interactions with their followers, and I believe that there is still wisdom within their practices, and I know that it is easy to talk down on their practices, and it is easy to frown upon aspects of their religion, especially if you have such discipline or a mind towards discipline as us. But I believe that if there is a chance, we must take it. Alan is racking his brain trying to think of, he had 2 reasons for why they need to leave, and he's trying to think of the second.
It can be tough standing in front of a forceful royal presence to remember what you were going to say.
It was the siege, and then it was God, whatever. I'm so tired. And so is Alan. I understand your perspective, and that with your resources and our resources combined, that you feel that we would have a greater chance, and we would have a greater chance, but the other perspective is that we know that the aboleths are planning something, and I know that this is
they are
difficult.
Planning an attack here.
I know that this is difficult for you to hear, based on your perspective and your ruling here, and I wish to communicate this to you in the most effective way possible, where you don't feel that I am looking down upon your problems or minimizing them. But we believe that the aboleths are planning something on a continental scale, some sort of their own ritual, perhaps, or their own machinations that will simply cause chaos, energy, and destruction to rampage the entire continent on a scale much vaster than besieging this free city. And I know that is completely vague, and I know that is, it may sound like there is no evidence for it, but just things that we've seen and schematics that we've glimpsed at in their bases of operations, and the prophecies and the legends about these creatures, it seems impossible to ignore that if we have a chance to conduct this cataclysmic ritual, we need to take it as soon as possible.
Which prophecies do you follow? What missing link are you searching for? There is a world of people here. Creatures who you could make a material difference in their protection. And you want to go seeking myths and fairy tales? Creatures long deceased? You speak of continental damage to the world of Urida. As if we don't already know that, we've heard the reports of the forces mustering in Stainless, who knows what for, likely to raise the city. We've now heard reports from you that even domains of the ancient dragons are falling. Even Udril, a land known, if not for its intelligence or its refined palate, then certainly for its vigilance and its bravery, has fallen. The king himself is here, assisting in our resistance.
I do not wish to be overtly stubborn with you. I see the wisdom in your request. I do. In this case, I see it enough that I would like to take your request to the rest of my company and see what they have to say about it. However, I would like to firmly tell you that if the company decides that we must leave,
She waves a hand immediately. You are not prisoners here.
then we will leave. I appreciate that. But I see the wisdom in your request, and I will bring it to them.
As you're making this final statement, you can see that someone has finally broken free through the line of messengers who are inevitably always waiting on the queen at a time like this, and has kind of rushed down the stairs and yells in, Your Majesty, the King of Udril, Tactus the Unyielding, has a report for you from the outer reaches. She says, yes, I'll be there in a moment. Take this conversation back to your party. I will probably not be able to attend you again myself. So instead, I shall send my emissary Wigbert to receive your reply, and you will be afforded either all necessary priority and escort out of our kingdom if you decide to leave, or you will be brought in as auxiliaries reporting to one of my gemstone guardians if you decide to stay. In the meantime, I hope that you find yourself well. Please see to it that you are brought refreshments. She raises her voice, and you see immediately a chamberlain who's like out in the hallway runs off like to go and that you are brought refreshments here while you are in my palace, as resources can be difficult to come by in the city. And she nods kind of courteously to you, and with a spin and a whirl, and she's out of the room, whisked away by her messengers and her various people who have demands of her, as everyone does at a time like this.
Alan will turn to Lairdith and Randy. Continue to pack the machine in case we do need to leave with haste. But I will talk to the rest of the founders, and we will decide whether we will leave or stay.
The rest of the Four Guys Ventures and Vibes staff are actually down here as well. They're not helping disassemble, but they're, basically helping hands. Once things are in manageable packages, they're being handed to them. And so as you're saying this, Zal and Randy and everyone, they're down here as well. And so they're yeah, we got it, boss. And, they kind of continue their work.
I don't know if Alan has spoken to in a long time.
Ya's down here, so sure, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, when Alan sees Alan has so much respect for that he's gained over the last long time, because Alan has kind of been put into this leadership position, and also kind of was put into a leadership position without ever asking for it, without ever acting like he wanted it. Alan feels a kinship with that he never felt before, and just seeing again, Alan's gonna go up to give him a firm clasp of the hand, and
the mic and his little mushroom arm reaches up and surprisingly firm clasp back, considering he's a mushroom.
And give him just kind of a solemn nod and a pat on the back, and then go up to talk to the rest of the founders. The
myconid floats up a couple spores of calm emotions in case you're feeling nervous, and you feel your nerves kind of get soothed, and some of the pressure and the tension relax out of you as you walk out of the room. You glance back over your shoulder just in time to see the myconid put his little bolt that he chews on back in his mouth, and he floats out a whole bunch of the rapport or the communication spores, and you can see by the quantity of them that he has gone back into giving orders mode, and he is now telling his hive what needs to get done. And on that note, tonight's Dungeons and Dragons adventure comes to a close. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Now, before we leave, we do have important business to resolve, which is that at the end of the last session, somebody redeemed a DM gives a clue, and I didn't see it because my current configuration, I can't actually see when you redeem rewards on Twitch. So if I don't hear in time, then I don't know about it. So sorry. The request was for a clue about, just confirming, a clue about the prophecy.
Yes.
Yes, a clue about the prophecy. It was requested by Willa. In fact, I can put her back on screen for this conversation. She requested the clue. We better see her face while we're getting the clue.
We're sorry that Clara didn't come up narratively today. We wanted to talk
That's
to
okay,
you.
honey.
That's okay, honey. Okay, so a clue for the players about the prophecy. For those of you who are coming into this late, there is a prophecy in particular that was discovered way back when we were in Tumble Hill in season 1, about the day when the sun doesn't rise, and that there's some details and some intricacies to it. And I have told the party from a previous hint that it's really important, but they haven't figured out how yet. And so my clue for you, I'll give you a couple statements that will combine together to make a good clue. The prophecy has not yet been fulfilled. The prophecy does not refer to the rod of 7 parts. And the prophecy is not fully metaphorical. Those are my clues, or those are my statements.
Do you have the prophecy in front of you?
Yeah, let me pull it up and read it for you. I don't have it right in front of me, but I can get it.
Sure. Because those are like really great clues, and I would love to be able to
Absolutely.
hear it again.
Yep.
We heard something more about the prophecy when Fox, on a whim, went and talked to
Curiosity, the psychic readings shop.
the psychic readings shop, and there was
That's right.
more discussion there. And I think I've written that transcript in the chat, maybe, like in the Discord. But I've listened to both of them several times, and I cannot figure this out.
Sorry, this might take me a second to find this in my notes. This is season 1 stuff, so I wasn't necessarily as organized as one might have. Yeah, really, let me put the intermission music on for us here. Or this works.
This is Jake's ASMR stream. Cleo did one, and now it's Jake's turn.
My computer's like lagging along so slowly.
Slowly but surely.
Because that's what heroes do.
I just saw that, Wash. That was very heroic of you.
That's right! We're waiting! Waiting for the prophecy! 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 Prophecy!
With the elevator music added, this is a really strange experience.
So, have you guys ever heard about the theory that octopuses are actually aliens from outer space?
Yes. That is true.
Have you heard the theory that aliens are actually octopuses from outer space?
Funny enough, I have not heard that one.
Yeah.
Have you
That's a
heard the
little known.
theory that birds aren't real?
Yes.
Have you heard the theory?
Here it is.
Have you heard of nully jurification?
The prophecy you found was the final prophecy of Shrub, and it was accompanied by a note to someone about how they, how Shrub was trying to prevent this but couldn't rally everyone, and if the avatars aren't unified, then bad things will happen. The prophecy itself is: I'm gonna turn off the music.
I was gonna say, let's do some epic prophecy music.
Not that either. Let's find some kind of. Here we go. If on the day the sun does not rise, the last of the anointed has not found the source of true power, they will be unable to make the hardest choice of all. Evil will triumph over good, and history shall come to an end.
If they haven't found what?
The source
If the last
of
of the
power?
anointed has not found the source of true power.
Does this mean, do they have to go down to... Do you guys have to go down to the Underdark where all the magic was pulled down?
Could you, would it be easy for you to just post that in chat? And then we can copy and paste it as needed to other places to save for posterity.
Here's what I'll do for
Could
you.
just get a tattoo of it.
It's not
my
easy for me to
thinking-
put it in
Ooh,
chat right
wait,
now.
Guys,
what were your
okay.
hints again? Give me the hints again. You said it is not
prophecy
entirely...
I
it's
said it
not-
has not been fulfilled.
Right. It's
I
not
said-
entirely like...
It is not
Metaphorical.
fully metaphorical.
Yeah.
And I said it is not about the rod of 7 parts.
Oh, you guys, there's more crap you gotta find.
So-
oh no.
Maybe the
Source of true power.
is the site of the
Friendship.
cataclysmic ritual.
We never really
What if?
learned a lot about the Exalted Ring.
What if this has to do with
The towers.
an arrangement of golden spikes buried underground that funnels magic into a single concentrated point?
The true
Yeah.
power.
Because there's all
But
that
is that the
magic underground
source?
and it was never really followed, right? But we know that that's like the weave was pulled down beneath the Underdark, right?
There were points and
It was
connections
pulled-
underneath, but there has to be a center.
It was pulled down to Goblin Town.
Well, didn't all of the dark sites form a shape?
But we never went to the center.
It was a spiral of the golden ratio. Tumbleweb was at the center.
Whoa.
I thought. Wait, what was at the center?
Tumbleweb was. The dark side underneath Tumbleweb would be the center,
Ah,
and it spiraled
Was that the center?
down and then in an arc through the rest of Urudat. Did you guys even listen to this part? No, I'm kidding. It spiraled to the right and down, curved back. Let me pull the map up. It spiraled to the right and down,
You're fine. I remember that.
and then across Urida, and the line that it followed, like that pathway that was the river of magic type thing that you followed. Each of the avatars' imprisonment points were somewhere on that ratio. That's how you were able to find where the avatars were imprisoned. They were plotted out by the golden ratio. That doesn't mean it's not relevant now, but that's what you knew about it from the past.
Yeah.
So we were at the center. And that's where we saw the wing. Right, that dark site was where they were made.
Yeah, there are dark sites that were surrounding. So the dark site underneath Tumbleweb was where they were making the robots, and there was at least one Aboleth there, and Mavira was there, and there was some lab work being done by Edison scientists who had been mind controlled. And then the surrounding it were dig sites where they were mining Sacrium and refining it into Wingle digits. Oh, this is season 1 stuff, chat. You're getting a little recap action here.
Yeah.
Love me some
I'm not
Bang.
convinced that that's it. I'm not convinced.
It might not be. We're just
yeah, I think it's
spitballing
something
here.
we can definitely think on in the week ahead.
Yes.
What if there's something under the Underdark?
What I will do with this prophecy, so like I said, I can't post it on Twitch right now because of the way my computer is, but I will put it in our Discord.
Wait!
Ooh, go.
Nami Dis! Nami Dis!
With the well?
The well! The wishing well!
Well,
A source of true power! Like,
Yeah, but do our characters even really know about that? Like, it's
I mean,
more.
we've heard the stories.
It's more like a.
it doesn't
Like a
matter,
bedtime.
okay? We are theory crafting right now. And I'm telling you.
I mean,
That-
there's no situation a wish wouldn't help.
I'm just saying.
situation, if you wish.
Ayo.
A wish is so powerful, right? And for there to be a well that grants it, it's not even like a wizard.
Hey, Josh, where on that golden ratio is the wishing well?
It's not on the golden ratio.
Okay, just checking.
I wish you well at the wishing well.
Jake is not helping.
I'm not saying it's not a bad idea to get a wish, but I'm not even sure if people know how to get there.
Didn't we have some clues recently about the 3 spires and the Order of Wizards up there?
We flew by them.
And you learned
they
a
made
bit
the
about
ship,
it from what
and
was
they
in the
were
hold.
involved. Yeah, they were involved
Yeah.
in making the Wingle digits originally.
But nobody went back to like finish clearing out the hold.
Yeah.
So
I also think the Exalted
Some
Ring
of the
could use
townspeople
some
might
looking
have
into.
when they were stealing food.
What if the 3 spires are like a tuning fork and they like are the source of the magic?
I feel like we talk about tuning forks way more than any other D&D podcast I've ever heard.
Well,
You're a tuning fork of a man.
No other D&D podcast emped magic, so
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true. We're the first ones.
All
actually
their
don't know.
magic is just so out of tune.
Okay, so in the middle of the spires 2 is supposedly the point where the aboleths crossed into the material plane.
A summoning circle.
Well, it's in the ocean.
A summoning circle in the ocean.
No, that's better. Thank you for making that correction.
I was gonna be like, DM, that was not much of a hint, but then Wash was immediately like, wow, what a great hint. I was like, well, there goes all my bargaining power.
The thing is, it might not have been a good hint if it was by itself, but as it told you no on your leading theory, that's what made it such a good
I don't have
hint.
any leading theories. I am offended that you would accuse me of
What if
knowing
it's
what's
the-
going on.
What if it's the scale of stars?
What if it's something that you need to figure out on Discord or throughout the week? Because
A
tonight's
summoning
Dungeons and
circle in
Dragons
the
session
ocean
might be
causing
coming
such
to
a
an end.
commotion.
Get out of here, Chico.
Before Jake drops his mixtape, I think we're gonna call it a night.
Check out
so-
Harmless underscore on SoundCloud, ladies and gentlemen.
And so from
I just
all of
love
us
how
here
we're all
at
of the
the
ocean.
Winged Badger Tavern, we're gonna try and do it all at once, and it's not gonna work because we're remote. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. GG.
GG.
That was awful.